Hello and welcome to another Beer with Wraggy. So a new series on the channel, and it only came into existence because I was halfway through a review of Totally Brewed's Father, something Hotbeard, whatever it's called, and Captain Hotbeard even, and I thought to myself, well, let's change it and turn it into Beer with Wraggy and a focus on a brewery. So today, in this edition, I'm focusing on Magpie Brewery. Magpie Brewery, based next to Notts County's football ground, which is, the Magpies, the Pies. Got a tap room down there, got the brewery down there, the tap room, which is actually part of the brewery, and it's also a shop as well. So you've got brewery shop, tap room. I'll pour beer and we'll do some chatting. So I've got my Adventure Beer Company bar. Adventure Beer Company, support these guys. These guys do lots of deliveries. We'll have a chat. Literally, these are going to be about 20 minutes. I might have one, I might have two beers, you know. You never know. Got a Magpie Brewery glass. You can get these from the brewery. Here we go. Although it's probably cleaner than my flipping glass. It has been cleaned. It's been cleaned in hot water, but I'd put it in the dishwasher, but I don't want to wreck every single glass I've got. I had some glasses from another local brewery that we got, and the dishwasher took the lot out. So I dread putting anything in, although it's probably safer in the dishwasher than it is here on this desk, where something can drop and smash them anyway. So this is Magpie's Cherry Raven. It's a cherry stout. It's 4.4%. And I'll tell you what it says on the back. Brewed with all British hops and malt, supporting British farms and on a 100% green energy powered brew kit. Love the ethos. I try to do as much for the environment as I can. Can't always be 100% perfect. I have to use weed killer. I can't not do it. So anyway, lovely looking pour, black pour, a little slightly off white head on this. Ooh. So I'm not sure when it was last year now. Last year being 2022 now. Hey, it was last year, and the bloke who was the part owner. Basically, there's silent owners, and then the part owner who's doing the active work, which begs the question, why aren't the others open? But there you go. Him and his good lady wanted to do something else. They'd had enough of brewing. Magpie Brewery at that time did have the Crafty Crow facing the Nottingham Castle. Sadly, that closed. I went in there just before it closed, and it was an amazing bar. I can't remember if I did a pub review of that. I'm sure I did. Yeah, they closed that, and basically the two micropubs that they own, they sold them to the people that are actually doing that, the managing of them. So you've got the Barrel Drop, which is based on Hertz Yard, just off Parliament Street and also off Market Square, or Angel Road. And then you've got the Doctor's Orders, another micropub based in Carrington, literally a mile and a half away from me. Although I've only been in there twice in about 7 years, 6 or 7 years. Sometimes for me it's in the wrong place because it's on its own. It's the only thing around that area that, there's a pub that I'd want to go in at least. We're talking pubs. So they've sold those two pubs on. And then the lads, Craig Salabank and James Peters, brought into. So they brought the shares of the other bloke. I can't remember his name. So it's gone. I did remember. Is it Simon? I don't know. It doesn't matter right now. So, and Craig was the winner of Totally Brewed's, the first Hop Idol competition. It's a Nottingham homebrew competition, and it's judged up at the Abdication, which is another micropub, literally a mile that way. So I'm in the middle of it. There's no micropubs on my doorstep. They're all about a mile and a half away. which when you're staggering, it's not good. Um, and yeah, it's he won the competition there. They'd been part of a place to brew, which is like a Nottingham homebrew group sort of thing, where people can pay different types of fees to join this group. I'm sure it's actually owned by the application. It's their offshoot, shall we say? Um, and yeah, he was the first winner, and Saki Twit was the beer. I think it was a sour wit beer sort of thing. I can't remember now. It's been a while. I've drank a lot of beers. And so yeah, them two lads brought into it. Craig actually now is there doing the day-to-day operations. So he's gone from being I think you said the other day was a data and analyst working from home to being working in the cold, freezing cold down at the brewery, and it's quite the step. Um, it's amazing. But let's be fair, if it's the dream job you wanted to do for like years, you've got to take the helm. I've been offered something similar myself. Um, and booze wasn't talking, although we'd all had a drink. So anyway, yeah. So the Mardy Bum lads bought in and took over. And Mardy Bum have already done a collab with Fire Rock Brewing. That was a chili chocolate imperial stout. I remember most of things, but I don't remember everything. And obviously last year there was at Nottingham Craft Beer Festival for the first time. But what they've also got at Magpie Brewery is they've got Johnny. And Johnny, again, came from a non-brewery background. I think he worked for Sainsbury's, to be fair. I think so. And he was doing like grain brewing at home, and he works under the name Red Dog Ales. Yeah, Red Dog Ales, and so now you've really got a unique freeway perspective down at Magpie, and it makes Magpie and the two micropubs that are still Magpie but not. So as far as my understanding is that Magpie, obviously not just them lads, but the other shareholders lent them the money to buy the businesses. If that's my understanding, I may or may not be wrong. I may be wrong, I may be right, but that's my understanding. So, but it's given Magpie for me a lease of life, and an interesting lease of life. Make no mistake about it, traditional beer will always be around. However, craft beer, modern, this is where the lines of craft and traditional jump backwards and forwards. And they now have a freeway team. And I know there's other people who work there. I don't know those people, so I can only go on the people that I know. And it makes it very interesting because sounds like an airplane going over. Yeah, it makes it very interesting because it revitalizes the business. These guys are all really. You can get people who work in a job. They work in a job and they have no interest, and they're just doing it because it's paying the bills. And then you get the likes of these lads that are doing it because they've got a bloody, they really want to progress. And they've produced some lovely beers. I mean, I think they've got a bit of a pilot kit going now, so they can produce smaller beers. They're opening the tap room on days that coincide with the football matches, which is bloody smart business. When County or Forest are playing at home, that opening of the tap room helps pay for the electrics, the running of the place, so you pay for a member of staff, or they staff it themselves, whichever happens. But yeah, it pays, and it's great because it gives it. You start to build a thing. Say, oh God, Magpie Brewery are open, and you've got in that area of Nottingham, literally within 10 minutes a walk of both the forest and Magpie and the county grounds, literally closer. You've got Vat and Fiddle, so you've got the Castle Rock Brewery tap bar. You've got the Magpie Brewery tap room. You've got Trent Navigation. They're all good mates. This is what I love about the local beer industry. Um, they're all good friends. I mean, Mardy Bum lads, they get on with literally everyone. Um, you know, and I've been there. We've been on nights out at like the Emperor's Brewery, Bang the Elephant night over at Castle Rock, at the Embankment. We've been there, and yeah, it was cracking. And this friendship between breweries is brilliant because by collaborating, by pushing each other's, we all win. We win as beer drinkers. They win. People, brand names get thrown about. The good friends with Tom from Totally Brewed. Tom, he's literally running the place these days. Don't tell Rob. I think Rob's doing a lot of DIY work, but from what I can see on Facebook. But yeah, they're doing a fantastic job. So Magpie Brewery got a good range of beers. They've got like the Cherry Raven, as you can see here, kindly gifted to me by Andy, who's part of the Happy Drinkers Collective. And me and him went down to Magpie Brewery's tap room literally the 2 weekends or a weekend after it opened. I think it was a Saturday or Sunday. I can't remember now. It might have been a Sunday. Might have been a Sunday. Not sure. And he's a big Magpie Brewery fan. So, you know, it was great. It's great to see the rejuvenation in them. It's really awful that Crafty Crow closed down. However, businesses must make their minds up on things. You know, it's this winter's going to be tough. So, you know, supporting pubs and that is absolutely critical. They're obviously doing imperial stouts, and it'd be interesting to see in the future. I don't know if they've already got a canning line. I did hear a smattering of something that they may. They've got their own canning line, a bit of a canning line thing now. But whether they have or not, I can't verify or either way. But I do think that in the future, you know, keeping the trad beers going, maybe introducing a new trad beer every now and again. Maybe have a few Red Dog solo beers come out of there. I know there has been some Red Dog beers, but there've been like collaborations with Magpie. But a Red Dog solo would be very interesting as well. Even if Johnny does this at home on his own brew and sells it in the Magpie tap room, hey, or at Barrel Drop or at Doctor's Orders, you know. And I think the lads, all three of them, they are the boost that Magpie needed. Magpie, great firm, great brewery to be fair, but it's certainly rejuvenated their, you know, whereas at some breweries, and I'm talking some breweries locally, have been a bit stagnant lately in the last year or so. These guys seem to be pushing out new beers fairly often. Obviously not as much as Neon Raptor do, but I don't think anybody does as much as they do. I certainly think that putting any releases into bottles or cans, if it's viable, is a good idea. A lot of people still won't go out because of COVID, and a lot of people like me. Sometimes it's very, very tough to get to a bar at the right time to get one of these releases on cask. You'll see it, and I see it at pubs across the city, and you look and it's on, and bugger me, a day later it's already gone, and it's like, Jesus Christ. And it is so infuriating at times, but I can't always get into town. I mean, I love the Barrel Drop. it's my favourite Nottingham micropub. The only one who beat it in my micropub of the year last year was Burnt Pig at Ilkeston, and that is some pub. I mean, it's very close contender. I think the craft beer fridge, the keg beers on offer, the cask beers, the actual place itself, where it is, it looks like a place that should be in Harry Potter. You know, when you look at it from the outside, it just reminds me of that sort of place. And it was really funny when I went in and I looked, and obviously, if you know Wraggy's Beer Reviews, you'll notice that I am absolutely all over social media. Keeps my brain ticking. Even when I'm at home at nights, I'm scheduling um, social media for the next day to all over the day. I'm posting the beer reviews to come on at a certain time in that day, and so massively into social media. And I know who, well, mostly who's doing what in what pubs. Not because I'm a nosy bastard, but just because I know. Um, and it was funny, before Christmas we went in. It was Andy, our friend. It was his wife Angela. It was her, I think it was 50th and birthday, and we was going. Barrel Drop was the first port of call, and the minute I went to town, it was like, I said to my wife Tracy, I says, "It's Barrel Drop. I'm going to Barrel Drop, and I'm having whatever they've got on, whatever's good. I'm having." And I got to the bar, walked in, and then Amy, the owner, walks up, and straight away she looked, and I've never seen her before. You know, I've been in Barrel Drop loads of times, and I must have just missed her, or just at the wrong time. And straight away, obviously, she knew. You know, you do beer reviews, and you get known, don't you? I mean, people come up to you and say, "You're Wraggy, aren't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And yeah, even it still embarrasses the hell out of me. But there you go. Yeah. And she did just on about 2 Amundsen Brewery beers she just put in the fridge, and the wife says, "Are you getting them?" I said, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." And they were amazing. The Sherman chocolate cake stout was absolutely godlike. And you know, I think for me, Magpie Brewery, I haven't even drank my beer. Jesus Christ, slipping there. The fact that Magpie Brewery has got in some form the 2 micropubs that it can still supply, and obviously the lads, you know, they've all got a social media presence. Social media is so important these days. Without social media, my channel wouldn't be what it is. And I was really lazy on social media at one stage. I couldn't be bothered with Facebook, and they said something else then. But nowadays, I'm literally all over it, and yeah, I love what I do. It's the tagging of people on social media. It's good for them. I mean, to be fair, I don't get a lot of tags back in that, but the Magpie guys do actually like a lot of stuff on Instagram and that. So massive thank you for that. And Barrel Drop do on Twitter as well, I've noticed, and Facebook. But so one of the only breweries that actually do quite a bit of reciprocation and liking stuff that's nothing to do with Magpie as well, which is really unusual, you know, in that respect. But they're good guys. Unless they've got some automated machine that does it for them. App. Yeah, I could do one of them. Hey, get your name everywhere. Could just like about 1 million posts a day. Automated jobber. Hey, that's what I need. But in any case, this is a brewery that I see. The brewery, the 2 micropubs. Went into Doctor's Orders the other day. And did I post the Doctor's Orders pub review? I need to check my pub reviews out. I'm not sure if I did. Oh. I didn't do any reviews in there. There were just too many people, and I was not sober. I was too sober. I needed the drink for courage. You know how you do. Just too many. You know, when you first go into a pub after years, I didn't feel comfortable enough to do it. And the barrel drop I did. I just went to be sat on the top area away from the bar and I just cracked on, as you do. Yeah. But did 3 reviews there, you know. Job's good. And actually did reviews at the Magpie Brewery tap room when we went down as well. It's funny, but I only do short reviews, literally 2 or 3 minute reviews. But that's all that's needed, you know. It puts that beer on Google, on YouTube and across the social medias. And I haven't worked out TikTok yet. Every time I turn TikTok on, I get strange messages. And I've tried twice, and both times I've turned it on, I'm getting some strange messages. And it's like, what's this rubbish? So I quickly delete it and never again. Same with Untapped. I can't stand Untapped either. I just get spammed to death. Hey ho. So, Magpie Brewery. For me, I foresee a great future. You've got to hit it where it works. You know, if something's not working, bogger it off. And for me, the lads with the tap room, I mean, for me, what I'd like to see is another tap room, another brewery going in that area where Magpie are. If there's an industrial unit going spare, and I know the brewery I'm going to say, I think for Bang the Elephant, to have one brewery there doing a tap room, there's the ability to have another brewery doing a tap room, and it opens the doors. It's a great area. You've got the forest nearby, you've got navigation, you've got Magpie. Tell you what, one feeds off the other. And then if you get somebody doing food down there, you imagine 2 tap rooms open, food, you know, one of these outdoor food jobbies, you've got the makings of a very, very interesting little project. And then if you move 2 Shires Cidery down there as well, you've literally got 2 brewers, 1 cider maker, all in the same area. Wow. That would be a place, because obviously, you know, we're literally within a 10-minute walk. You've got Castle Rock, Navigation, Magpie, and then others to join it. Wow. Now that bloke who offered to said to me the other day about a micropub. Yeah. How much would it cost to do a micropub? Dreams, eh? Dreams. Could I leave gardening to do that? It's the hours. The only thing they do me is the hours. Friday and Saturday night working away from home. I could do the rest of it, I think. I could certainly do the social media side. In any case, that's my focus on Magpie Brewery. Please like or whatever. Comment and subscribe if you want to. But yeah, I genuinely think these guys are going to be great. Looking forward to seeing what they do in the future, what beers they do. I've never actually had a nosy around the brewery, to be fair. I've been in the shop side, but not the other side. I think they own 2 units, to be fair. But, you know, hand on heart, wish them the best, you know, for the future. And I think they'll smash it. Just getting through this terrible winter of discontent. When you look around, it is a winter of discontent. It's as bad as 1979-80 with strikes. You know, there'll be a general strike at some stage. You can see it. It's on the cards, isn't it? And if not worse, there's only so much the public are going to take. It happened with the community council tax, community, whatever it was called, back in the day. And it's time the Conservatives stopped being up the backsides of the rich and, you know, looked after everyone instead of that 3% minority rather. Thank you for watching. Always something different. Beer with Wraggies, you know, it's a chat, it's a focus on a brewery, something different. Cheers all.